Welcome back to Twisted Faith, where we delve deep into the hidden layers of history, science, and technology. Today we're exploring one of the most intense and perilous periods in recent history, the Cold War arms race. This is a story of fear, power, and the relentless pursuit of supremacy. Join us as we unravel how nuclear weapons changed the world and brought humanity to the brink of annihilation. Buckle up, because this is going to be a riveting journey. The story begins on a quiet morning in August 1945, when the world was forever changed. The United States dropped atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, showcasing the devastating power of nuclear weapons. This act not only ended World War II, but also signaled the beginning of a new era in military strategy and global politics. As the ashes of World War II settled, a new conflict emerged between the United States and the Soviet Union. Known as the Cold War, this period was marked by ideological, political, and military rivalry. The development and stockpiling of nuclear weapons became central to this conflict, leading to an arms race that would dominate global affairs for decades. One of the first major confrontations of the Cold War was the Berlin Blockade in 1948 to 1949. The Soviet Union blocked all ground access to West Berlin, attempting to force the Allies out of the city. In response, the United States and its allies launched the Berlin Airlift, supplying the city by air for over a year. This event underscored the rising tensions and the potential for conflict. The bomb race, from fission to fusion. In 1949, the Soviet Union successfully tested its first atomic bomb, ending the United States' monopoly on nuclear weapons. This sparked a fierce competition, as both superpowers raced to develop more advanced and powerful weapons. The hydrogen bomb, which uses nuclear fusion, was tested by the United States in 1952 and by the Soviet Union in 1953. These bombs were thousands of times more powerful than the ones dropped on Japan. Brinkmanship and mad mutually assured destruction. The 1950s and 1960s saw the doctrine of mutually assured destruction, or MAD, take shape. The idea was that if either superpower launched a nuclear attack, the other would respond with equal or greater force, leading to total annihilation. This created a precarious balance of power where both sides were deterred from starting a war that could end life on Earth. The Cuban Missile Crisis, the edge of the abyss. In October 1962, the world came closer than ever to nuclear war. The discovery of Soviet missile installations in Cuba led to a tense 13-day standoff between the United States and the Soviet Union. President John F. Kennedy and Premier Nikita Khrushchev engaged in intense negotiations, while military forces on both sides were put on high alert. The crisis was eventually resolved, with the Soviets agreeing to remove the missiles in exchange for the U.S. promising not to invade Cuba and secretly removing American missiles from Turkey. The Cuban Missile Crisis was a wake-up call for both superpowers, highlighting the urgent need to control the spread of nuclear weapons. This led to a series of arms control agreements, starting with the Limited Test Ban Treaty in 1963. Which prohibited nuclear tests in the atmosphere, outer space, and underwater. Subsequent treaties, such as the Strategic Arms Limitation Talks, or SALT, and the Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty, or INF, sought to limit and reduce the number of nuclear weapons. The Cold War began to thaw in the late 1980s, with the policies of glasnost, or openness, and perestroika, or restructuring, introduced by Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev. These reforms, along with economic struggles and a desire for improved relations with the West, led to the fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989 and the dissolution of the Soviet Union in 1991. The end of the Cold War marked a significant reduction in the nuclear threat, though challenges still remain. The legacy of the Cold War arms race is complex. On one hand, it drove technological advancements and spurred efforts for international cooperation in arms control. On the other, it left a world still grappling with the dangers of nuclear proliferation. The threat of nuclear war has diminished but not disappeared, as new nuclear states and evolving geopolitical tensions pose ongoing challenges. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the Cold War arms race. We've seen how the pursuit of nuclear supremacy brought the world to the edge of catastrophe and ultimately led to crucial arms control agreements. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of history's most intense periods, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a story. Let me know in the comments what other military mysteries you'd like us to unravel. Until next time, stay curious and keep questioning. This is Twisted Faith signing off.